Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you how I meal prep or meal plan all of our meals for the week, especially since my husband works a full-time job and I work a part-time job working 29 hours a week. We both commute about 50 minutes to and from work, so you factor in that time. And it's just sometimes I don't feel like cooking when I come home, or I want something fast. And we also bring our lunches or dinners, or whenever we're going to be at work, we bring those along with us so that we're not going out to eat and spending money, or we're not eating the unhealthy foods that are made actually where we work. I'm going to go through a little bit of tips that kind of work for me when I'm figuring out what to make for the week and figuring out how to pack our lunches. And I'm also going to cut through some clips so that you can just see some of the meals that we ate this week, or kind of my big batch of things that I've made on Sundays. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the things that are easy for you to do when you're meal planning. I usually pick one day where I am cooking probably for a couple hours. For me, it's usually on Sundays. I do love cooking, so it's therapeutic for me, and my Sundays are kind of my self-care days, so I'm not worried about either grocery shopping or meal planning or prepping on that day, because I absolutely love doing that. And so I will pick recipes, or I will just pick proteins to cook up on those specific days. So I did start using the Nom Nom Paleo Ready or Not cookbook. So I did just get this cookbook, and I was using this for some of the big batch recipes I was using. This was the first time I've used this cookbook, and I actually really liked it because she has everything in different sections, where if you're really ready to cook, you can make recipes. If you're not very ready, there's quicker recipes to make. So in the beginning section, she had things to make where you could kind of, I made this Sunday gravy. So this took, a couple hours to make just with it, cooking. And so after you made the Sunday gravy, she actually had recipes in the back of the book where you were just using leftover Sunday gravy to make something else. So I made the Sunday gravy on Sunday, haha. And then I used the leftovers to make a hangry soup later on. So literally it was just the Sunday gravy with, I think I threw in some cabbage and some frozen broccoli, put it in my Instapot for literally 10 minutes, and then drizzled it with olive oil when it was finished. And so that lasted us a meal plus another meal that we just took to work, because soup is very easy to throw in a mason jar and then heat up at work. And then I used the rest of it for tonight. I will show a clip of me making it, where literally I just mixed the leftover Sunday gravy with already riced cauliflower that I got from the store. It's just in the frozen section. And you put it just in some peppers, threw in some chicken broth. I topped mine with nutritional yeast, and it'll just go in the oven. And I made enough so that we can have it for dinner with a salad, and then I can also just put it in some dishes and my husband can easily take it. So this was the first time I was using this book, and I've actually really enjoyed it. So I'm going to probably use it for meal prepping in the next few weeks as well, because there's tons of recipes in here that I wanted to try. And it's really awesome because in the beginning section, where if you have time to cook, so on my Sundays, I have my time. I use the recipes for maybe cooking a whole chicken, or maybe making a pork loin in my Instapot, or if you have a slow cooker, you can do that as well. And so I'm just kind of cooking up a lot of proteins or protein kinds of meals. And that way throughout the week, you can heat up your leftover proteins. And I really love frozen vegetables. I have nothing against frozen vegetables. And so I usually buy riced cauliflower, already riced, because it's kind of actually really cheap where I live. It's like $1.98 for, I think, a 10 or 12 ounce bag. And vegetables in the freezer just don't go bad. So I usually keep frozen broccoli, frozen green beans, frozen cauliflower. And then if you really don't have a lot of time to cook and you have a bigger grocery budget, you could buy pre-made zucchini noodles or butternut squash noodles or something like that. Or you could buy pre-made the rotisserie chicken, as long as it's I think the organic ones from Whole Foods don't have any bad ingredients in them. So that even helps you more with your meal prepping. So I also will look through my cookbooks and figure out what types of sauces I could make to kind of just spice up some of the meals. So for instance, on Sundays when I'm prepping, I cooked a whole chicken. I made a whole pork loin like shredded in my Instant Pot. And then I made the Sunday gravy. And I also had some chicken thighs, but I didn't have to cook them that day because I actually had a lot of actually extra things that I had just made. So I keep like chicken thighs or ground beef in my freezer or fridge for the week. That way, if we wanted to kind of cook a home cooked meal and not eat a leftover type of dish, I can just throw like chicken thighs in the oven or ground beef, make meatballs or burgers, because those are just really easy to fry up. And then with my frozen vegetables, I could grab a frozen vegetable, or I could make a stir fry. I always keep stir fry sauce in my fridge as well, which you will see. And a lot of my sauces I just get from my cookbooks. So the stir fry sauce was from the Ready or Not, the Nom Nom Paleo. And then I also have these Well Fed cookbooks, which are awesome. And she has a lot of really awesome sauces as well. So again, I always keep homemade mayo in my fridge. And then she has the Sunshine sauce, which is like sunflower butter. It's kind of like what I made. I made a spicy Thai sauce and I put it over some zucchini noodles, which you'll also see in the videos. You could have pesto in your fridge already or even in your freezer. And then always have some type of dressings that are already made up if you're a big dressing fan. I will link, like, my favorite ranch dressing is the Dump Ranch from WholeSisters.com. I will link that down below because I usually always have some ranch in my fridge, a stir fry sauce, maybe a peanut sauce because I love Chinese food. And then with my other dressings, like Italian dressing, I kind of just do like olive oil and vinegar and then like oregano and garlic and stuff. So I usually don't have anything pre-made for that. But if you have sauces made up, if you have fresh and frozen vegetables, you can even cut them up on your Sundays and have them already cut. And then if you have your proteins cooked, that really helps you out because a lot of times the protein is what takes the longest. So even with, you know, you could make a big batch of spaghetti squash and meatballs on Sunday and have that for a couple of meals. You could make a huge batch of stuffed peppers. You could have a huge batch. You could make like meatloaf and just do sides. You could have like the whole chicken that I cut up, and then literally you can make stir fries with your vegetables. You can do anything with that stuff. So really it's just thinking in advance of what you can cook on your actual prep day that would help you in the long run. And then you can change up your spices or your sauces to kind of make it so you're not boring. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and just show you some of the things that I made, and it's pretty easy. Like, I did make a lot of stuff on Sunday, but then throughout the week, I either just heated up leftovers, threw some salads and topped it with chicken or whatever. Or if we wanted like a fresh meal, I would make like chicken thighs and a vegetable, or burgers we had one night. Or the stuffed peppers was kind of like a fresh meal, even though it was using leftovers because, you know, it was in the oven, so it tasted really fresh. So let's go ahead and I'll just show you kind of some of the things that I cooked. very useful. I will probably definitely be doing more of these meal planning or meal prepping in the future because I am a huge meal planner. And so I hope that you stay tuned for my future videos. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Thank you again for watching. Bye guys.